Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. She told me he was better. Those were the exact words. Not kinder. Not more caring. Just better. A blunt, vague word that cut straight through everything I thought we had built together. She didn't say it out of anger, and it wasn't during a fight. It came out soft, measured, like she'd practiced it in front of a mirror. We were sitting in the same tiny cafe where we'd had our very first date. I'd assumed she picked it for the memories, maybe to reconnect, maybe to talk about us. But she was there to end things. To draw a clean line. To tell me I no longer measured up. I didn't mean for this to happen, she murmured, spinning her spoon in circles. But it did, I said quietly. She nodded, eyes down. He makes me feel alive. Alive. As if the last 2 years I'd spent pouring everything I had into loving her, supporting her, understanding her, meant nothing. As if all those nights holding her while she cried, all those mornings making coffee just the way she liked it, had been erased by a single spark from someone else. I remember walking out of that cafe like I was drifting through a bad dream. My body kept moving, but my mind was frozen. All I could hear was her voice replaying again and again. He's better. Better how? More money? More charm? More jokes? I never asked. I didn't want the answer. Maybe I was scared she'd prove it somehow. She moved on fast. I saw the photos. Him with his hand around her waist, her smiling like she'd never smiled with me. It felt like I'd been nothing more than the warm-up act before the real show. I won't lie, it broke me. I barely ate. My friends tried to keep me busy, movies, drinks, late-night drives, but the moment I got home, the silence swallowed me whole. It felt like the ghost of her lingered in every room. She never reached out. Not even a happy birthday text. Eventually, I stopped hoping she would. I focused on myself, not to win her back but to feel human again. I worked out, took trips, got into photography, blocked her updates so I wouldn't torture myself. Healing was slow and messy, but it worked. I found comfort in small things: morning sunlight, long walks, random laughter from strangers. I started enjoying my own company again, something I didn't even realize I'd lost while trying to be her everything. Then, almost a year later, her message popped up. Can we talk? I stared at her text for a long time. Part of me wanted to delete it. I owed her nothing. But that stubborn curiosity wouldn't let me. We met at the same cafe, like the universe wanted to close the loop. This time she walked in slower. No confidence, no glow. Just tired eyes and a nervous smile. Thank you for coming, she said. I stayed silent. I'm not here to defend what I did, she whispered. I need to say something. I waited. I thought he was better, she said, voice trembling. But he wasn't. Not even close. I didn't react. He made everything feel thrilling at first. Like life had suddenly sped up. But excitement fades. And what comes after wasn't love, it was chaos. He lied. He cheated. And by the time I understood what I'd thrown away, you were already gone. She reached toward me, but I didn't move. I'm sorry, she said, tears welling. I know I hurt you. I know I don't deserve another chance. But I miss you. Every day. And if there's even a small part of you that... Her voice broke. I thought I'd feel triumphant. She shattered me, and now she was the one falling apart. But I didn't feel triumph. I felt peace. Like the storm had passed and I was finally standing somewhere clear, somewhere quiet. I'm not angry anymore, I said calmly. She nodded, tears slipping down her cheeks. I loved you, I continued. Deeply. And for a long time, I prayed you'd come back and say you made a mistake. But now that you're here, I've realized something. She swallowed. What? I'm okay without you. She covered her face as she cried. I'm glad you figured out your truth, I added softly. But I'm not interested in going back. Not in trying again. Not in pretending we can fix what's already gone. I want peace. And I finally found it. We both sat there for a few quiet seconds. No tension, no anger. Just closure. She stood slowly, wiping her eyes. I wish you the best, she whispered. You too. She walked out without turning around. And for the first time in years, I didn't follow her with my eyes. I finished my coffee, stepped outside, and breathed in the cool air like it was the first real breath I'd taken in ages. She once told me he was better. But a year later she came back in tears. And I finally understood. I didn't need to be better. I just needed to be free. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.